This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.
Yo, Knicks fans, I accidentally brought the cover back up. So here we go. Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy. As I'm flubbing up on live YouTube, the Knicks take out the Washington Wizards 134-106 in a total, I don't even know the word that I want to use, but they totally demolished them. Tony, what's popping with you, brother? How you feeling?
What's good, Sim? I'm feeling good, man. This is the type of win we needed against that type of competition. You know, put our foot on the gas from the beginning, never took our foot off the gas. No trap game, no letdown, no scare. You know what I mean? And then played well enough to give the young guys some real minutes, some real NBA minutes. You know what I mean? So, best win of the season.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Definitely the best win of the season, 134-106. I mean, and you expect the Knicks to take out the Washington Wizards the way that the Knicks took them out, right? That's what we expect. But, and you know, I had to watch it from the Wizards broadcast. You know, and listen, they always give the Knicks props every time I have to watch it from the Wizards broadcast. They give the Knicks a lot of props. You know, they were just going crazy over the chemistry between Karl-Anthony Towns and Jaylen Brunson. You know, going crazy over it. But and they should, because, you know.
That's another thing we've been waiting for too.
Yeah, they should. They should. You know, the Knicks look good tonight. You know, they look really, really good tonight. What do you take from it that they look so good tonight? You know, is it that they played the Wizards, a terrible team?
I think that had a part to do with it, but you know, at the same time, I also feel like it didn't matter who we were facing, and you know, next game is going to be the real testament to my theory, if you will. But it feels like, you know, they got one of those monkeys off their back. You know what I mean? Like this their third win in a row. Last time we was in this situation, we blew that game where, you know what I mean, I felt like we should have started a run at that point.
Right.
So you know what I mean? No fourth quarter woes. 30, I don't remember, 30 something assists though. You know what I mean? A lot of assists. This was by far collectively our best win of the season. You know what I mean? Everything clicked.
Yeah, everything clicked. You know, and hopefully this is a springboard, right? A springboard to much better things to come. The Knicks now 8-6 on the season, 2 games above 500. The first time the Knicks have been 2 games above 500 this season. You know, yeah, I'm really happy about this win tonight. You know, what we saw out there on the floor. And, you know, for people who were upset last night, complaining about, you know, how many minutes this guy or that guy was playing, it didn't matter. For some reason, I feel like my stream went to the wrong thing, Tony. I feel like I'm streaming on the Losers Lounge right now.
Really?
I think so. I think the title right now probably says Losers Lounge if you go on YouTube.
Let's see.
I mean, you know, I don't know. That's what I think is probably happening right now. Oh well, whatever it is. No, it's not. No,
No,
never
it's
mind.
not.
It's cool. All
It's
right,
good.
good. We in there. We in there. We in there. I thought I messed up. We in there. But very nice win from the Knicks tonight. 134 points. One of the things that they were saying on the Wizards broadcast is that the Knicks can score the ball. Right, and they mentioned, maybe the Knicks lost something with on the defensive side, but they can score the basketball. And when you look at the way that they were able to score the basketball tonight against the Wizards, obviously the Wizards are a terrible basketball team. And they should have been able to score the basketball against the Washington Wizards. But you need to play teams like this to help work out the kinks. Right? You got to play teams like this. You work out the kinks against teams like this, and you get better.
I was trying to think of a way to say that. I think you worded it perfectly. But this is I was gonna mistakenly say this is an opportunity to try things, but that's not really what I meant. It's more like to perfect things. You know what I mean? To kind of fine tune the things that we've already been working on collectively throughout the season so far. And it felt like everything, like all those different aspects, were clicking, and they were feeding off each other. So it wasn't just, you know what I mean? It was almost like, I think we've seen one more game like this where, you know what I mean, everybody had assisted. You know what I mean? It didn't matter who was assisting to who. It was random. You know what I mean? Because it was based off of the motion and the particular play.
Right. Great games all the way across the board tonight for the Knicks. And this is becoming a common theme for the Knicks, right? Very common theme. When you look across the board, 26 points for Jaylen Brunson. So we're looking at the box score right now. 26 points for Jaylen Brunson and 11 assists, right? 9 for 15 tonight from the field, 5 for 9 from the three-point line. Definitely turned it around from last night where he had 12 points and shot terribly from the field. Karl-Anthony Towns continuously doing his thing, 24 points, 12 rebounds, 16 points for OG Anunoby, 14 points for Josh Hart, 14 points for Mikal Bridges. Plenty of people got a chance to play tonight. Campaign had 17 points. Hopefully he's going to continue to be a factor like this. Dottier had 9 points tonight. Jericho Sims had 7 points, 7 rebounds, a monster dunk. 5 points for Tyler Kolek. Ariel Hawkporty played a few minutes, 6 minutes, had 2 points, 1 rebound. It's the kind of nights that we want to see very often from the New York Knicks. Really often. And, the Knicks had incredible shooting numbers tonight. From the field, from the three-point line, from the free throw line, dominated the glass, 37 assists. 37 assists on 51 shots. And it's becoming
that's a season high, right? That's got to be a season high.
37 assists? Maybe.
Yeah, that's got to be. We've had 33, 30, you know what I mean? It's got to be a season high.
Yeah. So, great game from the New York Knicks, man. Great game from the New York Knicks. This is the way you want to. I think the Knicks have a little bit of a break right now. Or maybe they play Wednesday. And then I don't know. I'm about to check the schedule right now so I know what I'm talking about. I know their next game, though, is going to be a much tougher opponent than the Washington Wizards. I was surprised. When I look at the roster of the Wizards, I feel like they should be better than they are. They're 2-11 on the season, but I feel like they should be a little bit better. The Knicks play the Suns on Wednesday at 10 in Phoenix. So, of course, that's going to be, that's going to be a tough matchup. The Suns are 9-5 on the season. Not that much better than the Knicks.
And, not that it matters one way or another to me. But I know Durant's been out, right, with a calf strain or something. But most teams that feel like they play a comeback against the Knicks anyway, for some strange reason.
Yeah. So I'm excited for the win, but it's hard to get excited because it's hard to get too excited because it's the Wizards. But I'm excited for the win because of the way that they played basketball. And they could have struggled or something like that. They could have struggled to get the win, but they pulled out a big win. The first 3-game win streak of the season for the Knicks. The first time going, 2 times or twice, 2 times, 2 games above 500. 8-6 on the season. They are probably, let me see what they are right now in the Eastern Conference after tonight's win. The Knicks should be, I think they were 4th in the Eastern Conference before tonight, and they're, probably about 4th still. Let me take a quick look at the standings after tonight's win over the Washington Wizards. The Knicks currently in the Eastern Conference remain in 4th place. They're 8-6. They're behind the Magic. The Magic are also 8-6. Of course, Cleveland and the Celtics are number 1 and number 2 in the Eastern Conference. What are your biggest takeaways from tonight's win?
I mean, like I said, I'm a little bit more excited about the win because of the way it happened. You know what I mean? Like, it's not about the win and the opponent; it's how they looked collectively as a team. You know what I mean? Like, that's my takeaway. Like, they took this time to kind of really hone in on what they've been trying to do, game in and game out, and it was successful all across the board. I mean, back to the low turnovers. You know what I mean? I don't know the numbers per se, but you know what I mean? They were rebounding the ball. You know what I mean? We were waiting for them to have volume 3-point shooting. I think they took 40. You know what I mean? Like, their pace was increased against a fast-paced team. But even with that, that's the staple in that is the defense. You know what I mean? And the defense was there tonight. So the defense leading to offense, you know what I mean? The rebounding, like all the principles seem to collectively work. And another reason why I don't care that it's the Wizards is we've lost games this year that we were supposed to win.
Right.
So we took care of business like we're supposed to.
Right.
And it was in great fashion.
Yeah. 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 Without a doubt. And minutes, people are going to love the minutes distribution. Let's see who we got in the chat. Is Sean in the chat? Where you at, Sean? See, on a night when the minutes distribution is more to your liking, Sean doesn't show up. Maybe that's the reason why he didn't show up.
And I mean, I've been said the opportunity for them to play collectively is only going to be us blowing the team out and Tibbs feeling secure enough in the lead.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So,
I mean,
collectively, we're not going to see them unless it's an opportunity like this.
Yeah.
We may see individuals sparingly throughout the season, though.
Yeah.
So you got, you know what I mean? You got to take it for what it is.
Yeah, and I knew this was coming. Hit him up. So Tibbs still kept OG in the game up 30.
He brought OG back in because
I think he brought McCall back in.
Got cut from like 30, 32, I think, to 20.
Yeah.
Or whatever it was. It was a 10-0 run.
There was a 10-0 run. 10-0 run.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he made some adjustments. He sat Brunson the whole fourth. He sat Cat the whole fourth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So he made defensive adjustments, but he kept those young guys out there. And he brought them back in with 2 minutes left, close to 2 minutes left.
Yeah, those young guys got a chance to hoop tonight. You know what I mean? Can't complain about it. I'm sorry, y'all. You can't complain about it. Look at the minutes distribution. OG played 30 minutes. Josh Hart, 32. Cat played 24. Bridges played 34. Brunson, 30. Cameron Payne, 22. Jericho Sims played 19 minutes. Dadier played 17. Tyler Kolek played 17. You know, that's good minute distributions. Now,
That's great minutes. That's
you
great
know,
minutes.
those minutes were predicated on the Knicks blowing them out, though. If it was a tight game, they wasn't going to get in like that. And I have no problem with that. So, you know, I'm cool with it. You know, great win from the New York Knicks. Super great win from the Knicks. The Washington Wizards, like I said, man, in my opinion, the Wizards have, I don't know.
This was
Maybe they
Brogdon's
don't.
first game, so I'm sure that has a lot to do with where they, you know what I mean, who they've been. You know, he didn't look great tonight, but it's his first game.
Yeah.
So I'm sure I agree, but I think Brogdon is a strong piece for them to be successful. You know what I mean? Kind of tamper. I won't even say that. He's a way to keep them organized and keep everybody right in their spots in position. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna lead them.
Right.
Where I don't know if anybody else on that team, as talented as they may be, Kuzma, Poole, I don't know if they have the leadership abilities that a guy like Brogdon has and could do for them.
Yeah. Yeah. The kid Carlton Carrington. He's a hooper. He's nice.
This kid they would call him Bud, right?
Bub. B-U-B.
Bub.
Yeah.
Bub.
Yeah. I worked with his father for 3 years. Yeah, about 3 years.
You was telling me about that.
Yeah, I worked with his father for like 3 years. I never met his son. I never met the guy who's playing for the Wizards now. He's the guy who I regret it. I don't regret it. I do and I don't. He's the guy that invited me to coach while Carmelo Anthony was playing on his basketball team. Right, Carlton Bub Carrington, the guy you see on the screen right now, his dad was an assistant coach on Melo's AAU team, and we worked together for mad years before anyone even knew who Melo was. You know, I came down. I was living in Baltimore, and in the office he had a newspaper clipping of Melo on the wall. Right, and he was like, "Yo, this kid right here, da 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 da." And it's like, you know, every place you go, you hear about somebody who's nice, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's what's up." He said, "Yeah, we call him the big stat sheet." And at the time, he was like, he's going to Syracuse. So I was like, "Yo, that's dope," right? But I ain't really, put it together, And then, we together we coached the basketball team. We were working in a detention center in Baltimore, and we coached the basketball team that was there. He was like, "Yo, you should come coach with us. You should come coach with us because, we lost some coaches. We need some people. Boom, boom, boom. I think you would fit in well." And I was like, I already lived an hour from Baltimore. I was like, I had just moved like an hour from Baltimore. I lived in Baltimore, and then I moved away. But I was still working there, and I was like, I'll never get home. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got out of where we was at like 6, then I would have to go coach. And then I wouldn't get home till 11 o'clock at night. So I was like, nah, I can't do it. Not paying attention to or really understanding who was on the team. And then a little while later, I was watching the McDonald's All-American Slam Dunk Contest, and Melo won it. And I was like, yo, that's the kid. That's the kid. And then, of course, he went to Syracuse, and the rest is history. You know what I'm saying? But I was always like, damn, I blew that chance. It's wild business, but I blew that chance, bro.
You're going to have to clip this and put it out. The origin of Sim's love for Carmelo Anthony.
It is. It is. No doubt about it. That's the origin, bro. That's really is. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, man. So now it's crazy that, his son is in the league. I never met his son. I don't even think his son was born at the time. I don't know. He might have been. This was around Maybe not. This was around
Yeah, because his son is probably 20,
2003. His son is 19.
19. Oh, yeah, so not.
So son wasn't born yet. Son wasn't born yet. You know, I mean, Carlton hit the big Carlton, Daddy Carlton. He's like 6'6", 6'7", big dude. You know what I mean? So you know, he was a cool dude, man. We worked together for like 3 years. Yeah. So when I heard him and he got drafted to the Wizards, I was like, yo, that's dope. Reached out to his dad and congratulated him and all of that. But you know, it is what it is, man. You know, I had my chance, but it didn't happen. Things happen for a reason. But now, yes, you're right though, Tony. That's the reason why I'm a super Carmelo Anthony fan. That's the reason why. Anyway, the kid is nice. Had 18 points tonight, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Valanciunas had 18 points. Corey Kispert had 18 points. Kyle Kuzma had 11 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. You know, but I look at some of the names that's there: Kyle Kuzma, Malcolm Bridges, Valanciunas. Like, these are guys that can play basketball and have played at high levels in the league. You know, maybe they just passed their time or whatever it is, but you know, they've played at high levels. I expected that they could be a little bit more competitive than they are. And they had the nerve on the Wizards broadcast to be like, oh, the Wizards are the highest scoring fourth quarter team in the league. I'm like, because you're getting smacked every game. So, yeah, all right. It's not like them fourth quarter points mean anything.
But I'll tell you one thing. That's even more impressive because I know Tibbs knew that stat. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, you know, so anyway, that's the Washington Wizards box score for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. They only scored 106 points. The Knicks score 134 points tonight. You know what I mean? Those are the type of numbers that you want from the New York Knicks. And, of course, they dominated the basketball game. Folks, they dominated the game. 49. They win the rebounding battle, 49-47. 37 assists to 23 assists for the Wizards. 4 steals for the Knicks. Only 1 block for the Knicks tonight. 8 turnovers. They've been taking care of the ball lately. 8 turnovers for the Knicks. Just 8 turnovers. They shot 56% from the field, 50% from the three-point line, 92% from the free throw line. If you shoot with these kind of numbers every night, you are going to be hard to beat. Obviously, you're going to play against better defenses, though.
And the volume, you know what I mean? You get, especially at the 3, you shoot that number with 40 attempts. I like our odds. I like our chances.
Yeah. You know, points to the paint, Knicks 50, the Wizards 62. The Wizards 16 second chance points, the Knicks 12. The Knicks 10 fast break points, the Wizards just 4 fast break points. You know, good, great win from the New York Knicks tonight. Can't ask for anything better than that at all. Can't ask for anything better than that. Great free throw shooting. Great shooting from the three-point line. Everything, you know. And the Knicks attempted tonight 43-point attempts. They were 20 for 40 from the three-point line tonight. Is that the type of number that you want to see?
Yes.
Every night from the Knicks, 40 3-point attempts?
40 or more.
Okay.
You know what I mean? How many total? How many field goals total?
Total field goals 91.
91. Yeah, like give me, you know what I mean? Give me 100 possessions and 40 of them threes. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, and free throws, still just 13 free throws tonight.
It's a work in progress. Yeah. I want more, but I ain't gonna harp on it because I think in time that should come.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We keep clicking the way we played today. Yeah, we're gonna get to the line more than what we got to today.
You know, I am getting a little nervous about that the Knicks are going to be a low free throw shooting team, high percentage, low free throws, and you know we'll see how it ends up affecting the game. You know, the season, the low free throw attempts, because on nights, what I'm afraid of is on nights when the Knicks aren't clicking offensively, can they get to the line to still score the ball? You know what I mean? You know,
I do that,
that's what I'm concerned
especially
about.
when you specify it like that in particular. I agree, because we're not gonna be clicking like this every game. I mean that's evident in the fact that, again, I feel like this was our best game collectively.
Right. No, definitely, without a doubt, our best game collectively. I just don't know who's going to get to the line for us consistently at a very high level. Karl-Anthony Towns, 5 free throws, 5 for 5 tonight. Jaylen Brunson, 3 for 3. Anunoby, 3 for 4. But how are we going to do it on those nights when we're shooting 38%? Because that's what keeps teams in the game, right? When you're shooting 38%, but you're knocking down your free throws. You keep getting to the line. You know what I mean?
I think both Brunson and Carl will their attempts will go up per game. You know what I mean. I really believe that. Um, Carl in particular, I feel like he hasn't been he hasn't gotten the benefit of the doubt more times than not this year, especially when attacking off the drive. I think at some point it'll turn.
Right. Yeah. Kevin Bergen said, I think some of that is because we haven't been getting calls. I mean, that's always going to be the Knicks, right? The Knicks not going to get calls. It's been like this forever. But you still had, like, Melo would still get to the line eight times a game, or have 8 attempts a game or something like that. I think Julius Randle, had a high number of attempts. Julius Randle and R.J. Barrett had a high number of attempts at the free throw line. Right now, I mean, we've got to be towards the bottom in free throw attempts per game.
We are.
Got to be towards the bottom of the league. I think it's. I'm not going to say it needs to change in order for us to win. It's just when we have those nights, it makes it easier to put points on the board when you're struggling, when you can get to the free throw line. We'll see how it develops, though. I'm pretty sure it's something that Tom Thibodeau watches everything. You know what I'm saying? He watches everything. He pays attention to all the small details. His staff pays attention to all of the small details. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure they're looking at it and trying to figure out, how can we get to the line? What can we do to get to the line more? I'm pretty sure they're taking a look at that. I mean, the obvious thing is more penetration to the basket, but the Knicks are turning into a 3-point shooting team with 40 attempts tonight. I mean, not free throw, I'm sorry, a 3-point shooting team. So when you're shooting a lot of 3-pointers, you may not get to the line as often. So we'll see how that develops.
But I think it'll pick up, because it seems like, as much as the threes are the threes were up tonight, we're also attacking the rim. Like tonight, we were good there too. You know what I mean? And when I say that, especially like off the backdoor cuts, which typically lead to either a easy basket or a foul. And we've seen that collectively, like Bridges cutting back door, or even just finding like the dunker spot. OG doing it. Josh Hart kind of finding people more than doing it himself. Unless it's Brunson. But so I think in those attempts is where we collectively could start collecting fouls or putting teams in foul trouble.
Yeah.
And OG has been attacking the rim stronger too, which going up for dunk attempts. I think that's going to end up helping us.
I'm loving what OG's doing this season, man. I just can't say enough about OG. I can't say enough about OG and what he's doing.
I ain't gonna lie. I was watching the game today. Like, I'm gonna keep an eye on this, because it's looking like, as soon as right after you said it, you know what I mean. Next game, I'm seeing things.
Yeah.
But I ain't ready to jump jump aboard the shit with you just yet. But I like what I'm seeing. I love what I'm seeing.
Loving what I'm seeing from OG, man. OG is doing his thing. I just hope that it remains throughout the season, you know.
I'll tell you what though, man, I get nervous and scared every time this man hit the floor.
Now I feel you on that. We don't need no injuries on this team, man. We don't need injuries. We need to stay healthy. It could be a tall task because we have some injury-prone players. Cat's a little injury-prone. OG. Mikal Bridges ain't, right? It's Iron Man, has never missed a basketball game. You know, I don't know if Jaylen Brunson is injury-prone. Obviously, Mitchell Robinson is injury-prone. So, you know, we got some guys that can be susceptible to injury. So, you know, we got to definitely take care of them. Yeah. Nice win tonight for the Knicks, man. Who's your player of the game tonight?
Jericho Sims. Nah, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
I was about to say, what?
But I do want to say, I'm not ready to walk anything back or apologize yet, but I'm gonna acknowledge the fact that this was his best performance, I think, as a Knick. And I'm not even looking at numbers when I say that. I don't know what his numbers was, but this was the most comfortable that he's looked in his whole Knick career, in my opinion. And this is about a 3-game stretch for him where he looks like, you know what I mean, like he might have found something, you know what I mean, like he got to be a little bit more aggressive, put the ball on the floor a little bit, you know what I mean, like everything he's been doing the past 3 games, I ain't gonna front, her party lit a fire under her, you know what I mean.
That'll happen. That's what happens when you got guys coming up. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things that, you know, everyone is quick, including myself, play Huck Porty. Right? But sometimes coaches play that little mind game like, okay, I know Jericho hears people asking for Huck Porty. I'm gonna keep Huck Porty on the bench and see if this motivates him. But, you know, we'll put that little birdie out in his ear, you know, from him like, listen, man, this guy, I like what I'm seeing from Huck. What's up?
And you know? And the fact that, you know, just being on the bench and then watching his production and what is he doing that's contributing that I may not necessarily do. I'm not saying it's not capable of, but things that I don't do. And, and you'd be like, all right, you know what I mean? Like, what kept him on the floor? And then analyzing that. And if it's within your capability, let me implement it. Let me show it. Because before, it looked like he was, I mean, on normal, he looks like he's not, all his job is to get a rebound and then find somebody to get the ball to. You know what I mean? And tonight, he looked the most comfortable I've ever seen.
Tonight, there was one play. I think he got fouled on a play. I don't know who it was, but they kicked it out to him, and he looked to actually go off the dribble. And I was like, I was excited over that. I was like, oh, okay, Jericho.
Mm-hmm. But now my player of the game, Jaylen Brunson, finally, you know what I mean, like cleaned up the shooting woes which he seemingly been dealing with all year. I think he might have had, this might be his 4th efficient game, like out the season, out of 13 or 14. But 11 assists, I believe, no turnovers. You know what I mean? He's been racking up turnovers too this whole year, which is uncharacteristic of him. So to get back to that clean, no turnovers, just finding guys all over the place and shooting efficiently. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got to give it to Brunson. This is what we've been waiting for.
Right. Do you think that he had what do you have? 10 assists tonight? 11 assists tonight?
I think 11 tonight.
11 assists tonight.
What do you have last night?
What do you have last night?
8, I think.
8 assists. Do you think Jaylen Brunson can become, now that he's playing with Cat, he's got all these other options, of 24.8 to 10 assist guy a night?
I don't know if he between 8 and 10, yeah, I think he could do that. But like the 10 assists nightly is gonna be a little bit harder, because I think eventually when we get to our peak level, I think everybody's gonna be having assists. So it might collectively be, 5 from Cat, 5 from Brunson, 5 from Hart, 5 from, you know what I mean, OG, maybe not 5 for OG, but you know what I mean? Collectively, I think we're gonna have a lot of assists.
Right.
And then every
Right.
night in and night out, it might change who gets to 10.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. But can he average 8 to 9 assists though?
I think so.
You know, I mean, because
I think
that,
so.
if he's giving us 24, 25 points a game, 8 assists, 8 to 9 assists per game, I think, what did he give us last year? 6?
6. Yep.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. If he's giving us 8 to 9 assists a game, 24 points, 3 or 4 rebounds.
Hey, he just got to get his starting 5 teammates 2 assists each. Get 2 assists each from all of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then you get that. After that, everything is a bonus. You know what I mean? You might end up with 13 one night. Just, you know what I mean? On a humble.
Yeah. Yeah. Is this the way a lot of people, including myself, said, he could average 30? His scoring averages might go up. Do you think Brunson? Do you think now, looking at the way things are, that maybe it's going to be more
balance?
Yeah. No, well, more not that his scoring goes up, but his assists go up instead of his scoring.
Yeah, I mean that's what we kind of talked about before the season. It does seem like a conscious effort though, and for him to kind of read the floor better. And this is not a knock on him. I think a lot of times previously last year or whatever, he felt like he had to carry the team.
Right.
It's a little bit,
right.
he got a lot more help now. So I think it's not just him though. I feel like collectively, like we really finding each other. You know what I mean? We really, you know what I mean? You don't know who's gonna lead the team in assists on a given night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
We talk about Hart with his triple doubles, so he's there. You know what I mean? Night in and night out, teetering 10 assists. Well, yeah. Once we're clicking at full strength, full speed, I think Brunson could average, close to the 8 or 9.
Yeah. Yeah. Tonight for me, my player of the game, I think it's probably Brunson, just because of the bounce back. You know what I mean? Just because, just bouncing back to have a good basketball game. Cat's been consistent. Besides Brunson and McCall, I think everyone's been kind of consistent. In that starting 5. Yeah. Yeah, great win tonight from the Knicks.
Early, when Cat gets, his shot attempts, 14, 15 shot attempts, it's a totally different beast. You know what I mean? Like, remember the first 2 out of those first 3 games, I think he had like 8 attempts and 9 attempts, and we was like, oh, that's not gonna do it.
Right. and ever since then, I mean, he had 14 attempts tonight, but Brunson had the highest amount of attempts for the Knicks with 15.
But I think ever since then though, we kind of been, clicking. He like his attempts went up, and then everything kind of else started to fall in line.
Yeah. What do you think, Cat playing for the Knicks, continuing if he continues to play like this, where's it take him? What he
I mean,
goes
I
to
was
another
already
level.
feeling like he might be the best center in the East right now. Like he might, you know what I mean? Like Joel is on and off and not really playing. You know what I mean? Like he don't look. He looked like a shell of himself at times when he is playing. Bam, you know what I mean? Like I thought he was taking a leap that didn't seem to happen thus far. So like
Yeah.
I don't know if the fans, we talked about it with the fans, but he might be an all-star starter right now. Like that's one thing that I could say. They
MVP.
did remove the center position though, so I don't know
Right.
how that affects
Right.
his chances, if you will.
Right. MVP candidate.
It's too early for me to say that yet.
I agree.
I think he's capable though. You know what I mean? Like he's capable to put up MVP numbers for sure.
Mm-hmm.
For me to throw him in there this early, I'm gonna say it's too early. You know what I mean? But yeah, he could definitely hit the list. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Um, if the Knicks, I'm gonna say if the Knicks are top 2 in the East, he's averaging 28 and 12. He'll at least be in the conversation.
Yeah, like he'll be on that list of 10 players or whatever.
Yeah.
However many people they
Yeah.
kind of show
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Man, great win for the Knicks tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Now they take on the Phoenix Suns on Wednesday. What's your thoughts about that game?
Unfortunately, they probably not at full strength.
The Suns.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like it's still a test. You know what I mean? Like they still fighting and not playing horrible. So yeah, I kind of wish they was at full strength just so we could really test ourselves. But I'll say again, no letdown. Like if two of the main guys is out, you know what I mean, we should take that game.
Right.
You know what I mean? No questions.
Right. So um Beal and Kevin Durant
Potentially
potentially
out.
out. What's the issue with those guys?
I'm not sure what's going on with Bill, but I know Durant has a calf strain, and I'm sure I don't know how much time he's missed, but it's been I mean maybe a week or something. I know they don't play around with that with him, considering that was the first injury before the big injury in
Right.
Golden State.
Right.
So
Yeah. Okay. I mean, without if those two guys don't play, obviously Devin Booker will still be there. He Devin Booker, right? But we should win that game, right?
if they're at full strength, who do you think guards who? I know you'll get more in depth, you know what I mean,
Yeah.
on
If
the
they're at
pregame or
full
whatever.
strength, who guards who? Good question.
OG on Durant, right?
OG on Kevin Durant
And then now you got a trace to make with Bridges as far as Booker
and Bill.
and Beal. And I might want
Because Josh Hart can guard either one of those two guys as
yeah,
well.
that's true. Who would you prefer? I might want Josh Hart on Booker, and I might want Mikal on Bill. And I say that because I mean it could go either way. Mikal might have an advantage because of knowledge of history of playing with him, but
Mm-hmm.
it's also been a lot of time that's passed. I'm sure Booker's gotten better and whatever. But I like the fact that Josh Hart might be able to frustrate Booker. You know what I mean? Like kind of get in his head and get him off his game
Right.
In a sense. I would expect that from Josh Hart more than I would Mikal.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I would love to see the Knicks play them at full strength, just so we can see what those matchups look like. But I don't care. I'll take the win. Let's get 4 in a row. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Let's get 4 in a row. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna head over to the Losers Lounge. All right, it is 10:57. I think the Losers Lounge is set to start at 11:05. Everything's set up and ready to go. Join us on the Losers Lounge. Hear what the Wizards fans think about their team. See what they think about their team, and we'll talk some more Knicks.
It was a little sad, putting it together.
Yeah,
it's a little sad.
Yeah, I know they feel sad about their team. You know what I mean? Like, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to head over to the Losers Lounge. Join us on the Losers Lounge. It's actually going to take you right to the Losers Lounge from here. As soon as we click off and end the stream, it's taking you to the Losers Lounge. So we'll catch you there. Peace.
This is NBK, nothing but Knicks. When Sim passed the assist, you know that it's #1 show that breaks down the game. If you can't play defense, stay out my way. Dribble the ball, come down the lane. 5 seconds on the shot clock, who gon' win us the game? You wanna hear Nick updates and trade rumors? Post-game reviews, this the place you tune in. So tell a friend just to keep the ball moving. Like the page if you feeling the movement. Every game we coming to win. Give us a sub like a player that came off the bench. This is NBK, nothing but Knicks.